Hey everybody, Star 6 Wars 1 here, and welcome to the 10th movie of Anime Movie Month. For this one, we are looking at Ghost in the Shell 2 Innocence. Now, this is a very interesting movie from what I've watched. It's different than its original, but very similar, and does get off a little more feel. Once again, though, I don't think this was as confusing as the last film. My opinion. Or I just understood this film a little more than I understood the last one. I don't know, maybe it's just my own personal tastes. I think the plot's easier to understand kind of helps. I found the plot easier to understand, and I could at least follow it more closely than I could the much more complicated first one. But to give it both credit, I think both plots are good. Sorry I'm comparing it to the first movie. I can't see why I can't in this case. I will say one thing that this movie, in my opinion, does better than the other. The characters. Or at least the example would be Tosaka, who in this one is voiced by Crispin Freeman. Now, if you know Crispin Freeman, you know he does a bang-up job in almost anything he's done. So, and this is no exception. So, kudos to Crispin Freeman in this one. Also, props to Richard Epgar for giving, once again, along with Crispin Freeman, the best performance of the dub as Bota. Bato, sorry, not Bota. Wrong show. But there comes the prices for these two things, which I think were better than the first. The music in this one, for me, wasn't as memorable, and I just didn't find it quite as good as the original. Still had pretty good music, just not quite to the same level as the first. And the animation. The animation itself, like the character designs and how they're done, is actually fine. That's not the problem. The problem is the CGI and trying to mesh the two together. It simply doesn't work. However, to give it credit, it looks better than Rurouni Kenshin Reflection ever did. I don't think there's much more I can talk about this film. It's a pretty good one. I recommend checking it out. I think there are better parts to it than there were the last film, but not by much. Sorry, but this really doesn't have quite the same level as the first, nor should it. It's a different film, and I do still like it. Also, just one minor complaint I did have just before I go. Where was the Major Kusurugi, who unfortunately does not appear till near the end? The heck. Anyway, I give Ghost in the Shell 2 Innocence an 8 out of 10. Now, before you all bash at me that the first one was better, this is my opinion. I prefer this film. Alright, that's everything. This has been Star 6 Wars 1, and I'll see you on December 23rd for FLCL/Fooly Cooly. See you guys then.